This is the future. Evolution. This is the future. Evolution. This is the future. Human error. Evolution. This is the future. Evolution.
Humans, what have you learned?
Hello everybody, episode 20 of Gaming News Live.
We're back. It's time!
Yep, where's that week gone? And I have been ill as hell for the last 7 days. So I've only just been able to breathe. It's a nice feeling when you can't taste your food and you can't smell the roses. But yes, we are back with another episode of Gaming News Live, and it is going to be a spicy one, according to Airlo Nation. How are you, brother?
Yep. Doing great, man. Just been playing games and talking to people on Discord.
Yeah.
Living the dream, kind of.
I've been playing games. I had a dabble in Forza Horizon. That is one hell of a game. Oh my god, I was itching. Kind of like teasering the other night when you were happily slapping Mag about on his stream. Whether or not to join and embarrass him with a stock car, but I better not. He was already... He was wincing a little bit. But the game I'm playing at the moment, played about 3.5 hours of it today. Yes, 007. We are going to be talking about that very, very shortly. But yeah, it's been a hell of a week when it comes to gaming. Forza, 007, Yeah, showcases are on the way as well. And chat, how are we all this evening? We've got 78 ink, Burnley 23. Obviously, Aero Nation's in there causing trouble. Has to be done. Grandpa Barbecue Game Cat. Good morning, my friend. Yes, it is a very early one. And oh, look. Hello, Crow. Oh, you're not going to like me tonight, mate. You are going to hate me.
Yeah, already let him know.
Yeah. Sorry. Oops. Oh, what we got here then? 78 ink trying to get stuff out of the way so I can dive into 007. Just do what I did and down tools. Go play 007. Trust it. We'll get to it in a second, but yeah, it's been an interesting week. Put out that little review / preview kind of video. It's part of the channel's branding is skip or buy, and I did it on Subnautica 2's preview. Have you seen the new policy that they have dropped on that Aero Nation?
I have not.
They're being a bit more friendly. They've got because I know
good.
I know you weren't too happy about it, but
Well, it's like you said. It looked more like just the crumbs of Crapton just slowly being swept out. It's just people happen to find this specific set of crumbs before they shoot them out the door.
Yeah, it didn't bode very well for Unknown Worlds, but I tell you now, go play it. Awesome. I was teetering whether to start Forza because I'm just having so much fun with this preview. There is so much you can do in it. It's insane. But we're not here to talk about Subnautica 2. We did all that last week. But we have got quite a lot to talk about tonight. We've got Forza, which we're going to bring up again anyway. Xbox. Bit of news on that front. On one positive, one, well, kind of positive. Depends on how you... Oh, look. Matt's in the chat.
Oh.
He finally got
About
here.
time. Was that like 8th?
Yeah.
Good for you, Matt.
We've got a bit of news from Embracer, and I'm really excited to talk about the Embracer news because that, if they are going to actually do what they're saying they're going to do, they're going to be a force to be reckoned with. But yeah, we've got some positive kind of news from Xbox and some not so positive, how do you put it, news about something that we should have had a year ago. Would it be a year ago for the old family plan? I think it was about 12
actually,
months.
I think it was like January of last year is when they were testing it. I think in the was it the UK and like 2 or 3 other places?
I think it was Ireland and Colombia, 2 of the most random places. Yeah. How many people in Colombia really are going to be playing on Xbox? 3.
Who knows?
So yeah, we got quite a lot to talk about, and obviously there's the whole Warhorse topic, which I know Apollo is not going to be happy about. But hey ho, it's all fun and games. But we are here. Oh, Seth Monsters is just dropped in the chat. Yes, all of you are in the chat. I appreciate you all coming and watching the show and giving me and Aero Nation some absolutely hilarious banter. So all of you,
Welcome.
and let's get this party started. So episode 20. Where's 20 gone?
Sheesh. You've done 20 and I just did my 5th episode on my show.
I don't know where 20 episodes have gone. I really don't. Over 100 videos on the channel, 164 subscribers. I noticed that, yeah, you're getting a fair few watch time in the old sessions. I'm seeing you're accumulating. I do drop in because you start it just as I'm finishing work. So I kind of go, don't have much time to say anything. So it's like, oh, okay, he's busy. Right, okay.
Hi, bye.
Yeah. It's not easy to ride a motorcycle and listen and interact, but yes. You're doing well there, my friend. You seems to be. That collaboration video we did on Witcher 3, that's got, what, 40 odd views or something now. It's creeping.
Something like that. Yeah, it's creeping up.
Yeah, same with mine. I don't know what it was. I had that massive blowout on that Gaming News Live that I did about the James Bond previews. And then last week's one just creeped. I think it's over 50 views. That one about James Bond had 117 or something like that. The algorithm's just not playing ball. It's probably because I'm not feeding it. But hey-ho, it is what it is. But yes, 007. I know, Aero Nation, you are not happy, are you, my friend, with the whole situation over there? So you kind of like put your foot down and you've said, no, I am not playing it today. I'm going to play it tomorrow. And it's all over a little thing that you don't like, and that's Denuvo, or Denuvo, or however you want to pronounce it. Bloody stupid name.
Denuvo, bend over, whatever they want to call it, because I mean that's pretty much what they make people do.
Digital rights management, technically. We did have a little discussion on Discord about it, and for me, it's one of them. I kind of go, yeah. I was PC gaming when that thing was invented, so it was like, it's one of them. The funny part is I did go and dive into it all, and there's a lot of people who have come out and gone, I'm cancelling my pre-order. Right, so how does that boycott the digital rights management? Because unfortunately, this version of digital rights is built into the executable file, so it's not something they can just go, oh, we'll just turn it off. Yep. So you're kind of screwed on that front. But you have heard, and I don't know, is it friends that have told you that it's not crapping the bed completely on 007?
Actually, I just have been, like, I was looking into it yesterday, because I don't know why my brain thought the game came out in early access yesterday, but then this morning I was looking into it, and I've just been waiting for how it performs on mid-tier or lower-end hardware. I just happened to stumble across an article, and it was talking about, it broke down, they did like 30 different GPUs, and it wasn't really causing the problems that everyone was screeching from the rooftops about.
Yeah. For me, it was one of them. It's only on Steam, so I've read. Only the Steam version that has it.
See, I didn't even know that.
It's kind of like, because obviously I've bought 007, and I will have a little bit of a talk about it because I played about 3.5 hours, and it is IO Interactive. Cool. They have knocked that well and truly out of the park. That is, I'm excited to see what they do with Hitman now that they've done this. I'll get to that in a minute. But yeah, this whole DRM and the bit that made me laugh when I dived into all of this really stupid, like, Alice in Wonderland rabbit hole of DRM is every single version of this has been cracked. So why the hell have they used it?
I genuinely think that there is some type of lobbyist type of thing going on where Denuvo is brute forcing their way into. Not to have any evidence to support this, is purely speculation on my part. But why would you openly put something into a game that people hate? Wait to tell the public that you've put it into the game until days before release, and then just be like, oh well, yeah, it's in our game.
Yeah, because as Seth, is it Seth Monsters? Let me just roll that chat back slightly. Sure, it was where's he gone? Is it Seth that mentioned it was in Crimson Desert and nothing happened with that? Or was it Grandpa?
Yeah, he said it was a big nothing burger.
Yeah. I think people just use it as an excuse. I know it's not the nicest thing in the world, digital rights management, but if you were to see, if you've played the game, you'll know why they are protecting this thing from the hill. They've gone, right, no, we are not. I don't want this leaking. Okay, you have the aspect of a lot of people that do pirate games end up buying them anyway. They use them as like a posh demo in a sense, because you got to think the cracked versions are not going to get patched.
Yeah,
you get what you get. It's kind of a stupid thing to do, but Yeah, I can see 78 ink in the chat going, I'm sick of Denuvo.
See, my whole thing with the whole, like, me waiting to play 007, it wasn't the fact simply that Denuvo was in it. It was that they knew it was in it, because, like you said, it's not like they could just flip a switch and turn it off. It was built in there from deep in the development cycle, and then they literally waited until, 4 days before the game dropped into early access to say,
that was the crappy
hey,
bit.
guys.
Yeah, that I have to admit was crappy.
Right with me.
But I'm wondering if that's more of a shareholders kind of thing. Because they are self-published. They've got the IO Interactive have got to that point in their illustrious careers that they can self-publish their games. We won't mention them partnering up with Mind's Eye. That was the stupidest thing they ever did. But for me, it's one of them things I kind of brush off, because I'm from that generation where we were using Napster like fun, downloading illegal stuff left, right, and centre, and now he's kind of looking and go, really? Why? What's the point? Just buy it, play it. I understand the frames per seconds may drop because it's built into the executable. It almost attacks the file while you're using it. So, and then is it a 48-hour rule? I was reading. That's new, because I've never noticed that one. That if your game doesn't access the internet within 48 hours, it can lock you out of playing it while you're offline.
I haven't heard anything about that.
Yeah,
but honestly, it would not surprise me. Grandpa, Denuvo is just a digital rights management system, and most people don't like it because of the way it's implemented, and then the way that publishers say, "Hey, this is in our game."
Yeah, 78 saying it increases the utilization of the CPU. Yeah, I did read into it, but I'm 42 and I haven't done PC gaming since I was in my late 20s, early 30s. So I've kind of stepped away from that. I got too old. I don't care. As long as the games are good, I don't really care about digital rights, because you still get them on console as well in some way or another. But the game itself, enough with the whole DRM, because
I've heard nothing but good things.
I've not looked at the review scores. Actually, we'll have a look.
I think I saw something about 88 or something like that.
At Metacritic. I love this PC. I can just do this now, and it's not even bottlenecking. 87 it's sitting currently on Metacritic. 55 critic reviews. That's not too bad for day one.
But also with me, I'll dabble, I'll look at reviews to get a general idea, but I won't sit there and read every single review, watch every single video. It's just, if I'm curious, if I'm on the fence about the game, I'll get my information I need from the different review sources I have, and then make a educated decision. And if I get it, I get it. If I don't, I don't. Yeah. It is what it is.
All I will say is, I'm not going to spoil anything for anyone, but this game, you can ask me questions if you want, Aero Nation. You haven't played it, so I've had 3.5. I haven't even got to any real major big good bits yet, because it's really clever how they've done it. It plays out like a Bond movie.
So with you saying that, I think one of my biggest question is pacing.
Well done. Really, really well done.
Sweet.
It is. It kind of comes across a bit like your Bond movies. You have that initial boom at the start,
and then a little lull to build the story and build the tension, and then it just builds.
I don't know if you've seen it in the trailers when you've got the motorcycle in QLab, and it's spitting the flames out of the exhaust. It's hanging from the ceiling. That bit was in the trailer, so it's not spoiling too much. But you can go round and do the atypical James Bond. You can go and mess about with the gadgets, and it is you can literally. There's a guy and a girl there, and they're playing with this rocket launcher. And if you're sneaky enough, you can actually push it before they do, and set the rocket off, and they react to it. It is so well done. It's a really well paced. It's building. It's a weird one because it's not your atypical James Bond. It's not. This is 007. Go. It's setting.
This is like an origin story.
Yeah, and it is really, really well done. that's how the pacing at the start. It's very much his training, well, how he gets noticed by MI6, the whole training situation with Lenny James, who's playing his mentor. I think is it Lenny James? I can't remember his name. British actor. He's playing his mentor in this. So there's a lot of back and forth and stuff like that. The only issue I have so far in the 3 hours I have played this is the driving mechanics. I don't know if I noticed it because you drive a car twice, and obviously it's atypical Bond. You get to play in a DBS during his training. I'm not going to spoil anything because this game is just he needs to be the next Bond. But the driving mechanics in this, the first time you start driving, it's a bit, but then you get in the second time and everything seems a little bit more smooth. Now, I don't know if it was because I quickly grasped the concept of how completely cack the driving model was after playing Forza, or it's a case of he has gained the skill. I don't know. You'll have to let me know when you jump in and you play it. It's very close to the start of the game.
Yeah.
But if that's the case, that it is one of these that the more he does, not a case of more he does something he gets better at, is as you progress in the story, you are getting better at the things that he is doing. I think they are going to have one hell of a well-paced game with a lot of replayability, because you can play this however you want, in a sense. Yes, he has the license to kill, but the first level in the game, you kind of feel forced into the Hitman's kind of scenario with stealth.
Yeah.
I don't know if you could do that one in almost like a violent way. I don't know. I've not tried. I didn't you kind of feel like they're putting a bubble around you on that first mission.
Yeah.
But it's just opened up where I got to the point where you've got to steal this flag. I'm not, as I keep saying, and I will never spoil a game on this channel. You have so much freedom during this mission that I'm doing. It's insane. You have the opportunity that if you're noticed, you can rectify the situation. It's really, really well done.
So basically, the more observant you are, the more options you have at your disposal.
Yes.
Which, I mean, that's what people wanted them to carry over from the Hitman games.
Yeah.
Which is why people were like, they make the no-brainer. Hitman to 007? It makes sense.
Yeah. No, Matt, he is not a 00 right from the off. No, he is a trainee. The kind of basic quib of the story at the start, without going into too much detail, is the 00 units, or whatever project, whatever they want to call it, was disbanded, and M is starting it again. And obviously, with what happens to Bond at the start of the game, he is brought in as a recruit, and you have to do your training. So you are not literally just going like, here's James Bond, go. It's literally a case of you are a baby-faced 00, well, not even a 00 agent at the start, learning spycraft. And it's really well done. I think the way they're pacing it is very much the same as a James Bond movie. It's building up to something. So you're seeing this. It's like almost like bits of his training. It flashes in months. So you'll do a little mission. So it's like doing an obstacle course, and then all of a sudden it'll come up on screen, June, and then you're doing something else at the training facility. It's really it's cleverly done.
So it's kind of like, have you seen the Kingsman movies?
Yes.
So it's kind of like the first one when Eggsy's going through his training. It's kind of like a training montage.
Yeah. It is no word of a lie. If you were to be sat playing this in a room with your spouse or your mates or whatever it is, and you've got a decent soundbar or surround sound system, turn it on. It's like, it is an interactive movie. Oh, don't worry, I am exactly the same. Why my phone is not muted, I do not know. That's going on mute.
Yep, I have pretty sure my setup is Dolby Atmos supported. So I might have to piss the neighbors off one day soon.
Oh, mate, I literally got home from work, turned picked my missus up from my mum's because she was looking after her dog. Straight down the house, jumped in the shower quickly because it's been a very warm and sweaty day in work, and it was a case of right, see you later. I'm like this. Turn the soundbar up to loud and it's just you can't mistake that James Bond theme tune, and they don't give you that straight away. You have little snippets in the background.
I like it when they do that, where it's like an ambient noise that's just slowly saying, "Hey, you're getting there, but you're not all the way there yet."
Well, I remember reading an article when they eventually came out and announced, obviously, First Light, because it was always known as Project 007, and they were saying he earns his 00 and you earn his theme tune. So you're doing these little action-packed sections at the start. There's no Bond theme tune in the background, but then you'll get this like subtle hint of the da da da. And that's it. That's it.
So it's kind of like when they the sound effects they used in the Sly Cooper games when you collect stuff, where it's like that, like one or two piano notes, and it like fades into reverb. Yeah,
they have outdone themselves, and the only thing I can think of now is Hitman 4. Now I've only played 3 hours of Bond, but I'm already going, oh, Hitman 4. What are they gonna do? Because the Glacier Engine it's a pretty looking game, and we were talking in a green room before we started, and it was a case of if you want path tracing and you want ray tracing, you're gonna have to wait till summer. But this game, even without path tracing and ray tracing, it looks absolutely stunning. The first section of he's there and the rain's coming down and you can see the fabric of his jacket flapping in the wind. That's without ray tracing. It just the Glacier Engine.
I'm curious as to, so is the trailers and stuff that we've seen, does that have ray tracing in it?
Good question.
Because if all that stuff's coming later, that would kind of, honestly, it would be like, if you really think about it, it'd be like the next evolution to what Ubisoft did with Watch Dogs.
Yeah. Oh no, nothing's that bad.
Not that bad, but you can see.
Yeah, I can understand what you're saying.
Correlation.
All I can say is when they drop ray tracing on this game, oh my god, it is gonna be a hell of a pretty looking game, because this is Hitman times 50 on visuals. There's a carpet in M's office and you can see the detail in the carpet. It is just insane, and that's on my Xbox Series X. I haven't even tried it on this PC yet. That's getting done tomorrow. She's going out for the day with her mum, so I'm dropping her off in the morning. So I'll probably be only in Madcast for an hour and a bit, and then I'm going to sleep because I'm going to be dropping her off. And it's like PC time. Yep. I'm going to see how far I can push this. Yes.
Seth,
no, it doesn't, Seth.
No.
That
doesn't come until whenever the update for ray tracing and path tracing. Like I said, there's a third thing. I can't remember what it was.
Oh yeah, there was a third one. Oh, what was it?
You keep on talking. I'll see if I can find it.
Anyone in chat wants to ask me any questions about Bond. If you haven't played it, please throw them in the chat. And anyone after the fact, throw them in the comments, because I'll tell you now, if you've not purchased this game, you are missing a trick.
I just remembered the other thing.
DLSS?
Yeah, no, it is not FSR 4.1, Seth. It is 3.1.
Ooh. That's not going to tax my card then. It'll probably get 4.1 at some point.
Yeah, eventually. But it ain't there at launch.
I think when it comes to the stuff like ray tracing, path tracing, the FSR 4.1, I think they got this game to a point where it was releasable and the shareholders have gone, now. And I think it was mainly Amazon, MGM might have pushed, because obviously you've got so many big games out this year that they've probably gone, right, GTA's moved, we're taking their date, and that's the date it's releasing. Anything else you want to put on to make it look pretty, any optimizations, you've got a little bit more time to play with them, but we are releasing the game now, and I'm not being horrible. I've not had any graphical glitches. It's awesome. It's absolutely awesome.
So basically the opposite experience of what you had with Requiem.
You had to bring up Requiem, didn't you?
I'm going to keep bringing it up.
Yeah, I know. I know. Oh, yeah. No, complete opposite. It was actually one of these, I was on the fence about buying it because the last couple of games I've purchased have all had issues. So I've had, obviously, Requiem was the first one with crashing the Xbox. Anyone who has not watched the channel, that was one of my issues. Then I bought, I think it was Cthulhu, the Cosmic Abyss, and I had staircases just go poof, disappear. And that wasn't a fun experience with a game that doesn't like to give you manual saves because it's in, UE5. So yeah, it was a bit of a gamble with Bond, but I had faith in IOI. I'm a massive Hitman fan. They've done some amazing games, but they have the way that I look at this, and you will probably say the same after you start playing it, is IOI were ridiculed about this, saying, oh yeah, well, you know, they've not done a decent story-based game in a very long time. Or ever. Some people they obviously don't like the Hitman franchise. They've obviously forgotten about Hitman 2, which had by far the best story ever in a Hitman game. And I think they've gone and proved the critics wrong. You can see by the Metacritic score of 87 that 55 critics have kind of gone, okay, we like this.
Yeah, I think it's funny from my perspective. Like the only Hitman game I've beaten, which is the only one I've really put any meaningful hours into, was Hitman Absolution on the 360, and I loved it. Loved it. Even bought the remaster. Haven't even touched it yet, but yep. But like even with me having that little bit of knowledge about Hitman going into Bond, I'm like, it makes sense. Like stealth, action oriented, options to do whatever you want.
Yep.
Sounds like James Bond to me.
Yeah, you literally feel like a spy. It is, and that's the first 3 hours. But they could have dropped this episodically. It is really well done. Matt in the chat, no, he hasn't transitioned into Joanna Dark yet. You and Perfect Dark, my friend. He's just got an obsession with that game. I hated it back on the 360. Was not a fan. 78 ink Hitman was incredible. Still is incredible. What else have we got in the chat? No HDR, if I can remember. No, I think it does have HDR. Because I'm playing it on a 4K and it's turning my HDR on my 4K TV on Xbox. So I think, yes, it does, because there is a HDR slider in the options menu, which I don't mess with because I haven't got a clue. Them things, you can just mess it up.
It's literally just based off of peak nit brightness.
Yep. Let's leave it in that middle and just hope for the best. Grandpa Barbecue, no. He doesn't, well, as far as I know, at the point I'm in the game, he has not done Moneypenny yet. You can tell you're an old school Bond fan. Bernie23, see people complain about M being a woman. Really?
Yeah, I saw that earlier today, and I'm like, have y'all not watched any of the last Bond movies they made? M was a woman in every single one of them. At least the Daniel Craig ones. Yeah,
well, no, she continued over. Was it Pierce Brosnan was before Daniel Craig, wasn't he? Was it Pierce Brosnan? Yeah, it was. And Dame Judi Dench, another good British actress. She played M towards the end of them ones as well. So, if people been living under a rock.
Yeah, honestly, too, I think the woman that plays M in the movies, with especially the Daniel Craig ones, awesome. Love her as a character. She's great.
Yeah.
Great actress,
absolutely
too.
Brilliant.
I don't know her name.
Judi Dench. There you go.
Judi Dench.
Dame Judi Dench. Absolutely brilliant actress. Originally, M was a bloke. Yes, Matt, I know M was a bloke in the books, and I know he was a bloke in a lot of the Bond movies, but if you actually watch the last Daniel Craig, they do a complete 360, and he becomes a bloke at the end. So, yeah. They're playing... You've got to think, this is an original IP. This is not based on any of Ian Fleming's books. This is IO Interactive's own story.
It's their take.
Yeah, they've wrote this from start to finish. This is theirs. And I have to admit, with the people that I'd seen online in an article saying that he should be the next James Bond, do it. Because
I saw something about that too.
He's got some seriously good charisma. He really has got some seriously good charisma. The guy is brilliant who's playing him. And obviously, I'm not even at the point where all the one-liners start. But you do get a few one-liners at the beginning, and they're quite funny. Especially because there's a few parts in the game where you get dialogue choices as well. So, it's because they didn't have them in the Hitman World of Assassination. But you do have the option when you're sitting in M's office with her secretary, and you can ask her questions, because Moneypenny is not M's secretary in this. He is a IT analyst. So they've switched it up a little bit. But it's a bloody good game. You are going to have so much fun with this when you play it, Aeronation. You really are, mate. Yep. It's
I'll be
really good.
Playing it tomorrow morning.
Well, once we finish the show tonight, mate, that's it. I'm going to be parking my backside and it's going to be like that.
Do we know how roughly the rough estimate for time to beat?
20 hours. And that's from IO Interactive. They reckon 20 hours. There are collectibles in the game, and obviously it's got replay value because it's
you can attack situations differently in every mission.
Yeah, and you can almost save, if you're doing it in stealth, you can save it. You can kind of save your stealth run. So if you get noticed and you manage to take the guard out in a quiet way and he hasn't alerted the rest of the guards, you can carry on playing as stealth. It does not punish you. It's not like Hitman. Hitman was very, very punishing.
Oh, yeah.
If you didn't know how to play Hitman properly, you really struggle to play that game. But this, it's almost like they've taken
a middle ground approach.
Yeah, it sits in the middle. Yeah, but it's almost like they've put almost like a set of reins on you at the start. Obviously, it may open up further into the story, but you'll have to wait until I do a review. And trust me, I will be battering this game, and the review will not be like Resident Evil Requiem, where I review it live on here. It will be a video that I will record.
You heard it here, chat. This time he's doing a video.
Mm-hmm. Well, 1,400 quid's worth of PC. I've got to start using it. But 78 ink. I've finished every Hitman game. Yeah, so have I. The only Hitman game I never liked was Contracts. I hated that game because it seemed like a fluffy filler game in the Hitman franchise. It was just rehashes of 47's memories. It's like, come on, think of something new. I played this 2 games ago. So yeah, but Hitman, if you got every achievement in Hitman games, then you're hardcore. Great War, I've never played a perfect R game, and I did see your comment before. Yes, the PC is doing really well. This is the first time I've touched it in a week. So the last time I touched it was when we did the show. So it's getting some use. But yeah, any other questions you want to ask about 007 Aeronation?
No, you pretty much. I mean, at least for me, I was already excited to play it until the Denuvo thing, but I mean, everything. Like at first, I was like, "Oh, this is gonna be just another AAA over-the-top game. It's gonna come out and it's gonna disappear as quick as it came." And then, as I started actually looking at stuff about it and seeing the trailers, I'm like, "Okay, this is remind me of like the good old Bond games, like Agent Under Fire."
I'm going to say it here, and it might be controversial to anyone watching in chat who was lurking in the background and not actually having a chat with the rest of the happy people that are there. But I'm going to put this as my game of the year so far.
Well, yeah, you had issues with Requiem, so obviously Requiem is probably at this point not in the running.
No, nowhere close. I'm going to put this as being in the category of game of the year. And I've only played 3 hours of it. Now, for a game to grip me that well and impress me that well, that means they've done something really, really special.
Like for me, just from enjoyment and just from enjoyment alone, right now my game of the year is Forza Horizon 6, obviously.
Yeah.
If you know me.
Yeah. It's one of them. Each to their own. I'd love my racing games, but I'm not. Obviously, you've got 4 achievements left to get in Forza. That's like dedication since buying it in a. You get it 3 days early. You got 4 achievements left. That's commitment. That Matt Pragmata.
I still need to finish Pragmata, so I can't really say like as much as I've played of it. I like it. Don't know if I love it. I like it, but I need to finish it.
I'm thinking that Capcom, as much as they are firing on all cylinders, they're flooding the market that much. I'm kind of getting bored. Don't know. I don't know what it is. I think if we had a break of about 6 months before we see another because obviously they are going to announce Code Veronica.
Yeah.
At the Summer Games Fest. Sorry, that's
going to be. It's going to be I think it's going to be a February release. But I mean, that's pretty much been their track record for how many years now? Yeah.
I think it's like one big release, one small studio release.
Of a remake, and then back to either another remake or all right, it was time for another mainline entry.
Yep. Yes.
They do They do 2 remakes or whatever, and then they do the next mainline.
It was like we were talking last week. Obviously, there's the rumors about Resident Evil 10, which you weren't too impressed about with Claire Redfield. I just don't know. I just think Capcom, they're starting to become that whole Assassin's Creed. That's just farm our games out for fun. And I'm kind of like, I want something fresh, which is like 007. We haven't had a game like this in a very, very long time, and they have just nailed it.
And that's my thing. Like I have been craving for just a good sit down and play action adventure game akin to somewhat of Uncharted.
Yeah.
Because obviously that's the most recent action adventure game I've really played. I don't really count Mouse PI as that because that's a boomer shooter, more of a boomer shooter than action adventure.
But speaking of Forza, have you seen how many players it's hit?
It's a big number.
Be nice if it was in my bank account. 6 million players have... Well, it's actually surpassed the 6 million player mark since its release. Now, that is actually the early access as well on top. So, what, Tuesday... Was it Tuesday last week? No, it wasn't.
When it came out?
No, when did Forza come out?
So it came out last Tuesday, and then if you had the early access, it came out the Friday prior.
So, what, in just over a week, 6 million players? And I don't know if it's got it on here, but it didn't. No, it hasn't. I did see the amount of Steam players. Right now. Yeah, that is insane. The amount of people playing on Steam.
All-time peak 2 days ago, 302,645. 24-hour peak, 241,761. And just to piss off people that play Marathon, playing right now, 192,939. That's just on Steam.
That is insane. And it's a damn good game.
It really is. In my opinion, Oh, go ahead.
Oh, we have a new person in the chat. Stacey Richards. Hello, how are you?
Welcome.
Good to see some new faces.
Yeah, new faces. Always welcome. Remember, anyone who is in the chat right now, remember, hit that like button. Share it with your friends on social media and all of that lovely stuff. And obviously go over to, never get this right, this lovely guy's channel. It's all mirrored. You
need to flip it.
Yeah. How are we? We are all good. Thank you, Stacey. Yeah. go and sub to Aeronation. He is linked in the he's actually linked in the description, and not in a way that most people would do it. He is actually in the full description, not just a side note and a foot bit at the bottom. He is in the first line of the description. The description will change over the course of the next couple of days, because I've actually started using a app. Well, Aeronation knows what I use. I use vidIQ. I can actually get it to write me an SEO-based description, so it gets us even more clicks and views. So yes, it will all change a little bit when I do the timestamps, but I kind of do a basic one to whet people's appetite for the show on a Tuesday. But yeah, Forza, we know you have gone all the way through this game from start to finish and everything in between. Me, I've kind of, I think I've got my green wristbands to set. No, I've got my yellow wristband and I've got my green stamp. So I'm literally right at the start. But for what I have played at Forza, oh my, it makes 5 look stupid.
It does.
Because my missus is playing this, and she kind of went away from racing games. She dug out her steering wheel to play this.
Wow.
I've got to find the mounts for it, because she's got a table and everything. She's not going to use the pedals. She's going to use, because the pedals that I've got a Hori racing steering wheel, but you can't adjust the pedal height.
Yeah.
Stacey, question? What game are y'all talking about? I just joined, so I missed a lot. You haven't really missed that much. Yeah, in 43 minutes, all we have waffled about is 007. So, if you love action, third-person action shooters, and it's got a damn good story so far. I've only played 3 hours. Yeah, go check it out. But yeah, you haven't missed that much. Funky Playbox sounds like a nightclub, a wristband, and a stamp.
He's not wrong.
No, he's not. But it is a party. It's Horizon Festival.
And like for me, like I was just gonna say, since you brought up the whole steering wheel thing, it actually got me to start using mine more. I'm actually starting to learn how to drift in an actual car in the game, like using the game to learn how to actually drift.
Rather you than me. I'll stick to me pad. I'll just change the profile on the back of my Pro Pad and change it to driving mode.
You can get that new GameSir controller they're putting out that has the little tiny steering wheel for your thumbs. It's a cool concept. I think it's a cool in-between, because the steering wheel is a massive experience gap and hurdle to get over before you even start using it. So maybe that could be like the in-between.
Stupid money on steering wheels.
Oh yeah. Yeah, even the floor of the pricing, like even the one I have is just the bottom low end Sony one, the Logitech.
Yeah,
it was like $300, and this is the
Stacey's just made a comment. Do you guys like anime games or more dark fighting and racing? I'm not. I'm not.
Everything.
You're more the you will dive into your anime a little bit. I'm not the anime kind of guy. I'm more the single player RPGs, very much grounded. I've got to that age in life where it's just like, I like my stuff grounded. But yeah, we play all kinds of games. We really do play everything.
I will say though, speaking of anime games though, I will say the solo leveling game was not that great.
But Stacey, if you want to talk to somebody in the chat that does like his anime games, he's just put a comment up. Is at Matt S26. I don't know. Oh yes, because he's bought a new phone, hasn't he? That's why he's changed his name.
Ah.
Oh, really,
Sucks when you
Matt?
can't remember your passwords.
Matt, really? That is by far the saddest thing I've ever seen. Oh dear. But yeah, Forza, I love it. I need more time to play it. I haven't. Yes, that's another one I'm going to try on my PC as well, because this is the thing. If going back to 007, it's Xbox Play Anywhere. So I've got the best of both worlds, and as I said, with this new gaming PC that I've got, it will be a case of you will see a few more PC-centric stuff might start dropping on the channel, because obviously I now have the option to do it. But what do you think of 6 million plus players in a week?
I mean, it's well deserved. I mean, also too, though, I think people also aren't weighing that Japan has been the #1 requested area for Forza Horizon since the first one, and they finally went to it, and it's popping off. And like for me personally, besides before it came out, waiting to see how it actually ran and stuff, I don't see how anyone could bet against this game. To be completely honest.
Oh. I completely agree, and she says in the article here, because the article that I've got up on my screen is actually just to remind me, because I'm old, I have to have kind of like a few visual cues to remind me of numbers and things like that. This isn't even out on PlayStation 5 yet.
Yep.
6 million plus players. Could this be the game that sways Microsoft to go, no, we're going full exclusive? Which will tie into... We can tie it into the next topic.
Yeah. I don't think not entirely.
You don't?
I'm still of the opinion that I think at the end of the day, when the rubber hits the road, they're all going to go lean more into timed exclusives instead of full on. If you don't have our box, you're not playing our game.
Yeah.
Because look at Steam. I mean, Steam's doing everything pro-consumer for the most part, and it's like, y'all can't pick. Your competition's about to run away with your cake.
Yeah. All I'll say is when they do, we do know it is going to get dropped on PlayStation 5 at some point. There have been rumours of delays because of issues with performance, which is funny because it's smooth as butter on the Xbox. So if you want to play it now, go buy one. But that ties quite nicely because obviously Forza, epic game. Aero Nation is a pro. He likes to embarrass Mag on his own streams. It's brilliant. It's fun to watch.
I don't do it intentionally. I just want it for my own sanity and
that
so
crash.
People can.
That crash, dude.
I barely touched him, and it was just like, yeah, off the bridge. Bye, Mag. See ya.
Yeah, I was creased up watching that. It was just like, yeah. You got a mention as well on XNC last night. You got mentioned.
Oh, I did?
Yeah, you got mentioned for that on XNC. I caught a little bit of that when I was listening to it in work. And I used the first thing, because Aero Nation TV, give him a shout out. But yeah, epic race, and he made me crash. So yeah.
Thanks for that.
Yeah. I'm still full of this cold. Really annoying. That's why I probably sound quite nasally and sexy all in one go. But that ties in. Exclusives and all of that lovely stuff is the 2 new hires at Xbox. It's an interesting one. It really is. It's kind of like dangling a feather and going, what's going to happen? Because these 2 guys are not going to mess about.
Nope.
And it's probably going to change the face of Xbox as we know it.
For the better.
Well, it depends on which way you look at it.
Depending on which way they go.
Yeah. Because obviously you've got Matthew Ball, who is the new CSO. And if I remember rightly, he's very much anti-Game Pass as it stands now. And then you have... Who's the other guy? Scott van der Vliet. I probably butchered the crap out of that. Why did people over at the other side of the pond have to have by far the weirdest goddamn surnames going? Oh, what happened to Jones? But yeah, these 2 guys are going to come in and shake this big corporate Xbox tree and see what falls out. With Matthew Ball, though, I'm a Game Pass fan. I've never cancelled my subscription. And some people will say, oh, you're one of these ones that, just keeps paying and you don't really play the games on it. Well, I actually do use the service because I used it on my the laptop that I ran this channel on before I got the PC. I'm still using it on this PC. It is an extension of my console. But if he's gonna, how do I put this? Goodbye, Stacey. Thank you for dropping by. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thanks for stopping by. Have a good one.
he changes it too much, is he going to push the fan base out? This is the bit that I'm worried about, because the other guy, I'm kind of looking at his job role and kind of going, yeah, well, he's kind of the fluffy one, isn't he? He's going to help build more Xbox products and all of that lovely stuff. He's not here to cause a ruckus, whereas Matthew Ball has been brought in to shake a tree.
See, I didn't know the part that you said about him being anti-Game Pass. I didn't know that part of it, but still, though, I feel like Asha is... She's done way too much to Game Pass to fix it in the last couple months. She ain't gonna let nobody tell her Game Pass gotta go.
I don't think he's anti-Game Pass in the sense of, we're just going to get rid of it. Because the thing is that it's such a big entity within the Xbox ecosystem that if they would pull the plug straight away, that would kill the brand. They're going to have to do something extremely different with it. We've seen it with taking day and dates out with Call of Duty. Yeah. The scary part is how many more day and dates are going to get pulled from the service. This is the bit for me. Now, I'm not a massive Call of Duty fan. I'm not going to shed a tear that Call of Duty is no longer going to be day and date in Game Pass. I don't particularly care. But if it's starting to go down the road of Gears of War, Forza, and games like that, and you start diluting Game Pass, that's...
And it starts becoming, what's the problem?
Yeah, this is the bit I'm worried about with him. Really, I'm worried. But it's one of them. We kind of like got all this information because Asha does not mess about. She just drops this news out of the blue. There you go. Have fun.
Yeah, and that's why I think with Game Pass, I think that they need to restructure, like I was telling 78 one day this week, they need to restructure the tiers. In my opinion, the best thing for them to do, $10 base price, completely get rid of the necessity to have the base tier for online play.
Yeah.
Have the base tier be a core set of core Xbox Studios games. Put that in that. That's $10. Anything else you want, like your Fortnite crew, your Ubisoft classics, your EA play, which we're going to talk about that here in a minute. You can a la carte them. Just make sure the overall price for everything doesn't go over X amount of money if people want all of that stuff. Let people a la carte what they actually want instead of forcing everything on them for a set price that most people are like, it's not bad, but I don't use half this crap.
Yeah, I can see her dropping a tier in where you build your own Game Pass subscription. I think it's the way to go. I think if they can get it right, they'll set a standard for other subscription-based services. Like over here, you got your Amazon Prime, you've got Paramount Plus. Amazon, in theory, I've been doing it for years. If just come into my head, then you add subscriptions to your Prime subscription. Yep. So I think I've got Amazon Prime and I've got Paramount Plus. What? If she takes that model on...
Yeah, exactly, 78. Sling TV it.
Yeah. Not that we have Sling TV over here. We technically... we'll get onto the family plan. We will get onto family plan.
Oh, that's 78. Part of it.
Oh, yes, we're going to get onto that because I'm not going to end the show on horrible stuff tonight. Well, depends if you're Apollo on Crow. He's not going to be a happy boy tonight. I don't think he's going to be talking to me in a Discord voice chat for a while. But, yeah, what else we got in chat about this? Funky Playbox, I don't pay for Game Pass, so I'll be gutted if they drop it. Yeah, they're not going to just pull it because there are people that have stacked their subscriptions. That would just be a kick in the teeth. Grandpa Barbecue, I assume you have the cheaper PC Game Pass than use Play Anywhere to use on the Xbox. No, I have it the other way round. I have Xbox Ultimate on my console, and I use it to play PC Game Pass because it's all part of the one subscription, which is the future of gaming. That and cloud is the way forward. I'm sorry.
But the thing with Game Pass, though, too, if you have Ultimate, too, I mean, you make money. You can make money just from doing the most mundane things that take you literally 15 minutes or less to do.
Yeah. I've never had an issue with any games that have been dropped in the service. Even when Xbox had its quiet periods where they had no games, they still had enough third-party content in there I was satisfied. It was like, oh, I've got nothing to play. Oh, I'll jump on that. Thank you very much. Pushing polygons. Hello, my friend. Welcome.
Welcome.
Didn't see you pushing polygons.
But it's one of them. I've never had an issue with Game Pass, and I think personally they're not going to kill it. Matthew Ball is probably going to come in and he's going to go, right, this isn't working.
He's going to prune.
I think he's going to push for more third-party deals.
That's what they need, to be honest. Because I mean, Game Pass is good. I'm not going to say it's great. I'm not going to say it's bad. It's good. It could be great, but they need to invest in different apparatuses that keep the buffet fresh for Game Pass. Because that's the only way this model works, is if you're constantly feeding it quality content.
The way that I look at it is he's coming. He's going to be looking at the whole Game Pass. Yes, I know. I've just seen that comment in the chat. Yeah, I wasn't reading that one out. Okay, you guys can keep that to yourselves. But you get Grandpa Balkan, but you get game-wise the same games as much discount price. Yeah.
Yeah.
I kind of get what you said. Yeah, it goes both ways. It does go both ways. I've just done it obviously with you guys have followed the channel for 12 months, 6 months, however long you have been following me on the channel. The gaming PC, and this is one of the things Aero Nation's like, no, I bet you in 12 months' time you'll be coming up to me and saying you're PC gaming more. I am literally using this as an extension. So if I buy 007, I bought, it's Xbox Play Anywhere. So if I decide one day, I want to play on my PC, instead of sitting in front of a big 4K TV with a dog sat on my lap, getting in the way, I can come upstairs and go on the PC. Aero's still adamant, and I know because you sat there with that smile. I know for a fact you're like, no, he's gonna go full PC. No, I'm not. Yeah. I am not. I'm gonna be still buying a Helix. I am gonna buy a Helix on launch. I will be unboxing it on this channel, even if I have to sell another kidney or sell the other half of my soul to the missus after I have to get the first part back for buying the PC. I will be getting a Helix at launch, and I will still be console gaming.
Isn't that still technically a PC though? Or going to be a PC?
Now you're just getting technical. You're starting to sound like Colt Eastwood. That's the argument Mag and Colt have every week. And if you really want to step it up, you just go and watch Septic Sauce.
Yeah.
Yeah. And after last week's episode of Septic Sauce, oh my dear God. That was off the chain.
Hilarious.
That was hats off to Gaz, Fonz, and what's his name? Oh, I've lost the train. I've lost the train. Yeah, Zocker. Yeah.
Dude, if you didn't know them before watching that episode specifically, you would think that they hate each other. They're bros behind the scenes.
That comment. Because I woke my missus up watching that. I was downstairs doing the dishes and she was in bed, and Fonz came out with that comment, and I laughed my head off. I was like, you can't say that on YouTube.
Oh, he just did.
Like, it wouldn't even cross my mind to say something like that. But yeah, if you want to, proper see what it's like hating on the whole Xbox experience, go over and have a watch his Septic Sauce. He's a class guy. Class guy, is Gaz. But what else we got in the chat before we jump over to the bit that 78 Inc. is definitely intrigued by?
Yep.
Is that? Oh God, I'm not going to read. I almost read it out.
You got halfway.
But nobody's actually added anything else to the chat. Please feel free, chat away. Add to the comments.
Ask questions.
Yeah. We will add whatever you want to this. I just can't wait to get to the bit where I annoy Apollo, because I know he's sat in the background listening.
Oh, he's waiting to pounce.
But yeah, we've got these two new managers / whatever
Advisors.
whatever the hell you want to call them at Xbox, and we'll just have to wait and see.
Osha's administration.
Yeah. Pushing Polygon, sorry, I'm just spicy. You almost got me to say it. You almost got me to read that out. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. I'm not falling
Not
for
this
it.
time.
No. I don't drink, so you can't catch me out. I'm not mag. You want stuff like that, go and play on a Magcast after he's finished. He goes into after show. Then you can have some saucy content. Oh dear, it's manic. But yeah, we've got all of that lovely stuff going over at Xbox. Not going to date that. Well, to get my words out, it's 10 o'clock in the evening here. Dive into that too much because we've got the showcase coming up in June, and I personally think they're going to smash it out of the park. And me and you are going to be live streaming it. So anyone in the chat that wants to join us, please do so because it's less than 2 weeks away.
Yeah, what was that, June 7th?
Yep.
Yep, June 7th at, I don't even remember what time it starts at.
6 p.m. British
7?
time. I think it's over here, 6 p.m. British summer time.
Oh, yeah, it's,
so.
I think it's 1 p.m. Eastern over
Yeah,
here
it's
for
just
us.
going to completely screw everyone up around the world.
Yep.
What else? I know Seth Monsters dropped a thing about 007. Is it 50? Is he on a 50-90, is he? Is it 50-80?
No, he's on, I believe he's on an AMD card. No, he's not. He's on NVIDIA. He's, I think he's 5080.
Yeah, and I think, if I remember rightly, when it scrolled past, it's running smooth as butter. Matt, what year, era, decade is the 007 game set in? Modern day. Modern day. It is set in 2026.
But pushing polygons, dude, specifically the Xbox one, like I'm starting to lose my steam, pun intended, for PlayStation. Like, I have a PS5, and I literally have recently, like, I bought Saurus on it. I still plan on finishing that at some point soon. And I bought an anime racing game that's actually pretty cool. At least I think it's pretty cool. But other than that, like, with all this new stuff going on with PlayStation, with the hacking and everything, I'm just like, why am I investing in this? I mainly play on PC. It's better on PC. If they're going to cut PC out, then I'll just cut PlayStation out.
Yeah. I think Sony have literally now officially put themselves.
Streamer.
They've put themselves on an island. Have Sony? I think they've just sat themselves on it and gone, nope, we are not changing anything. Tough, but we're not going to delve into Sony and their complete rake fest. So
Lunacy.
Seth Monsters is good on the 9070 XT. Thanks, because that's what I'm running.
I'm telling you, the more these games come out, and then the frame rates and everything on PC, I'm telling you, eventually you're gonna have to question yourself of, oh, my console, or am I going to PC?
No, because I love the best of both worlds on Helix. I can literally just, both. Yeah, you can't. It's almost like when you can't decide between buying an Xbox and a PlayStation back in the day. You just bought both, so it's just like, yeah, well, I've got to have one in my living room. So hey ho, that's what's happening. It might not get used. The missus might have it, but we'll have to wait and see on that one. Pushing polygons. Yeah, I flipped the other way because of the way Microsoft treated physical media. If Red Wolf is in the chat hiding in the background, I'm going to say something now. Physical media is not the way forward anymore. It's not. It's gone. It's I think
going to be a niche.
As I think it was last night. I only got about halfway through X and C in work because I was too busy sweating. That's why I looked dishevelled on camera tonight. It's a case of people look on digital. It is going to be niche. It's going to be one of these where you put an order in with the actual publisher and say, prime example, I think we've talked about it on the show before, Ubisoft. They do it all the time.
Well, I was thinking limited run. Your places like Limited Run will still exist. Your boutique physical media.
Yeah. But if you look at Ubisoft, they sell models for all the Assassin's Creed games, and all they could do is go, right, what we're going to do is we're not going to do physical anymore. There you go. You can have it with this collector's edition model. There you go.
Yeah.
I think that's going to be the only way forward for physical media now. Is going to be on collector's editions and stuff like that. Everything's digital. It's just the way the world is.
Yeah, I think for collector's editions, I mean, they already started doing it with the code in the box. You get the game, you get a steelbook of the game case, but then you get no disc and just a piece of paper that says, "Hey, here's the code."
The prime example of like almost niche is, and it's probably going to be one of these things, and I'll say it here now. I'm contemplating, once I know the release date for Broken Sword, the Smoking Mirror Reforged, which is Broken Sword 2. I am actually going to stream it on the channel. But I'm going to do a stream of Broken Sword 1 on the channel so that everyone's caught up ready for Broken Sword 2. And what they have been doing, because they're an independent developer here in the UK, they use Kickstarter, and if you pledge, say, £250 or dollars or whatever it is, excuse me, it's a case of you can get a boxed edition. Now, the boxed edition, if you're old like me, all of our games came in cardboard boxes. And it had lovely artwork all over it, had all the description and screenshots on the back. And inside you had your disc, your manuals, and little bits of collectible stuff and all that lovely stuff. And that's what they do. So you can go on to Xbox and buy it as a digital version, or you can pay over the odds and get a collector's edition that, well, this time they're actually doing it signed by the CEO of Revolution Studios, and your name's put in the credits. So I think that's the way forward. I think these little indie developers, these independents, and they've set the standard for that niche physical media. I don't think you're going to ever see anything like that with AAA. I think that's well and truly set sail. What else have we got in the chat before we move on to the next bit of Xbox news? I had a pain trying to figure out the best settings on Crimson's Desert for my low-power gaming laptop. I've shelved it until a few more updates so I can play the finished article. Funky Playbox. You're probably doing what I was doing with the channel.
From on borrowed time.
Yeah. I think it's because that's, if I remember rightly, isn't Crimson Desert CPU bound?
I believe so.
Yeah, because I think that may be one of your issues, my friend. If you haven't got enough cores, you are gonna so suffer, and it doesn't matter how many times they update that game, and they keep updating that game.
Makes me kind of want to get my Dell G7 out of the closet and boot it up just to see. It's got a 2070 in it, but I mean, it should still be able to get 1080-30 at least.
Oh, a house fire, one of the two. But yeah, 78 inch, it's CPU heavy. Yeah, you can tell when you run it on a console. You can tell it's CPU heavy. I think I got it looking good eventually. Do me a favour, Funky Playbox. Run Crimson Desert with your task manager open and have a look at the temperature of your CPU and your GPU. That'll be the telling point for you. If Aero knows, well, I know. If you start seeing massive spikes in your CPU and it's consistent, because a game is not going to tell you that your CPU is being overloaded.
Yep.
It's just going to turn your computer off.
It's just going to crash.
Yeah. Whereas I had the luxury of Video Ninja going, you're cooking your laptop. So,
dude, that's going to be a core lore moment for the stream.
Yeah.
This podcast.
Yeah. But it literally uses the logo in the top corner of Video Ninja, because obviously I've got it. Aero didn't realize there was an app. There is an app. It's kind of an app. In the top corner, they actually use the fire emoji that you get in Google. So it comes up with that little burning symbol either side saying CPU overloaded.
That's funny.
Yeah. Joys of being Chrome-based. But yeah, family plan. Now, did you hear the news, Aero Nation, on the reasons why we did not get the family plan?
Yep, and it is two letters that are very early in the alphabet, and it's E and A.
Oh, yes. They literally crapped a paddywhack at Microsoft saying, no, we don't want it.
I honestly think they threw a hissy fit and pouted and stomped their feet until they got their way.
No, I think they actually came out and said, look, we've had a deal with you with Game Pass for so long that if you go down this road of Family Pass, family whatever the hell they want to call it, Family Game Pass.
Yeah.
We're going to pull EA Play from the service. I think they held a gun to Microsoft's head.
But now it's at the point where it's like, does EA needs Game Pass, but does Game Pass need EA? I think no.
I don't know. It's one of them. Oh, we've got a bit of a... I'm just looking, a bit of signal lag on your side, Aaron. What's it like being on the other end of the other end of the foot? But yeah, the joys of Video Ninja. Probably a seagull's flown over near your house, isn't it? You know, in between, in the Atlantic, we got some lag. Momentary glitches. We're getting there. I'm just keeping an eye on it. There you go. Got a bit of signal back. Oh. I can monitor your signal through Video Ninja. Okay. So if you're wondering why I'm looking over there, the second monitor is there, and I've just got it's gone back to green now. So yeah, stop.
Sweet, we're good.
You have to stop playing your games while we're doing the show.
Hey, I'm not Jez, okay? I'm just making sure I'm focused. I don't know how he does it.
Oh, Funky Playbox. Yeah, I have it insured. If it blows up, I'll use the money towards something better. That's one way. Pedal fast. Matt, that's a bit harsh. Pedal faster, Era.
That's what the guinea pig's for.
No, what is it? We know the reason why every now and then we might have drops from Aero's side, and that is because there is a massive body of water called the Atlantic Ocean in between me and him, and Video Ninja does not like it. So in theory, what it is the signal's been disrupted by a pod of dolphins and a killer whale. So unfortunately, we had to wait. It's like a traffic jam. But yeah, Family Plan, EA. It's a bit of a kick because I was looking forward to having a family plan because it's a little bit expensive when you're buying these individual packages, and it was something I was going to do with my son, but it's not one of them things I think a lot of people have missed or really cared about. I think it's kind of like, whatever. I just thought we'd throw it in on top of the news for this week. I don't know. Would you have gone for something like that? Shared it with your friends? Because I think that's one of the reasons why EA didn't like it, is because there were people going, oh no, they're going to share it with their neighbour 5 doors down. And oh, Brandon, you finally come out of lurking. Hello, my friend.
Good to
How
see
are
you,
you?
Brandon.
Yeah, it's been a while, my friend. I've not actually spoken to you in a while. I think you keep missing me in the chat on X and C and wherever else you linger, because I know you lurk about in the dark. And you and your missus need to get back to your channel. You need to do some more live streaming. You really do, because that first episode you did, Division 2, was really good, mate. You and your missus have a really good rapport with your kids screaming in the background. It's really funny. It's like being at home. So I think you should carry that one on. But yeah, Family Plan to me, not too bothered about it in any real shape or form. It kind of filler news. If you were looking forward to Family Plan, please let us know in the comments or in the chat if you were one of them. If you were interested in it, if it's something you think that Asher should bring back. Personally, I just use the home share thing that Microsoft do, and you get 5 of them a year and you can just transfer them between consoles. The only annoying part is with that is if you want to play Game Pass on a PC and somebody's using your profile to play a game you own, you can't use Game Pass. That's my only issue. Yes, I found that out the hard way with GeForce Now. If you were using Xbox, say like I bought 007, we may as well keep it in topic. My missus wanted to play a game I owned but needed my profile signed in or using Game Pass, say, to use it on the console downstairs, which wasn't the shared one. I couldn't use my PC to play Game Pass. That is the only downside. So that's where the Family Plan might have been more of a more beneficial way of doing it.
That's why I'm thinking if they do anything like that and do a duo plan, make it to where the person hosting it controls all of it, and that way if the second person That way, it's locked into two people. That set it up like kind of like I guess how like Apple does with their like when you're adding a kid or another adult to your overall Apple ecosystem.
Yeah.
They could literally do something like that and have it that way. It's locked in. All these developers, they don't have to worry about people just cycling through multiple people through the two subscriptions. It's locked in because it's tied to Xbox accounts to like only two, and then that's it. It's just everything is shared between those two accounts and those two accounts alone. That's it.
Yeah.
At a decent price.
Well, Funky Playbox is saying he knows a workaround for that. Let us know. Let us know what your workaround is, because I've tried. I've tried and failed on many occasions, and I've wasted almost all 5 of my home console transfers. So it's just like... not
probably talking about offline mode.
Yeah, you probably will be, or something along those lines. But, yeah, I'm gutted in a sense, because it's something that I could have shared, because obviously my kids don't live with me. So it's a case of I could have shared it to them using a family plan. But unfortunately, it's not going to happen. I don't think Ash is going to even contemplate the idea. Not with the price drops.
Yeah, that would, yeah.
I think you add a tier like that, and you're going to be charging silly money for it. You're going to, people were complaining Ultimate was expensive when it went to about $30. Family plan, $50.
Yeah, the only way well, that's why I was saying like the only way the family plan will work would be in a duo setting, charge like $35 for it, makes it significantly cheaper than 2, but you're getting 2 people. That's 2 more sets of data points you can use to see what people actually want to play. Yep.
Funky, I will get in contact. If you want, Funky, you can talk me and Aero Nation through. I'll jump into a Discord chat on Mag's Discord on Wednesday night, because I've got a lot on tonight, mate. Obviously, got Magcast tonight, but I've got an early start in the morning because I'm taking my partner to her mum's. So I'm not going to be up as late as normal. Well, might be. Depends how I feel. But it's one of them. Podcast Tuesdays is busy, and if Red Wolf eventually does start up again, and I'm crossing my fingers that the guy does, because we are missing Red Wolf. He's not going to be watching tonight because he put a post up on Twitter. He's got his steel case edition of 007, so I know what that guy's doing.
Oh yeah, he ain't talking to nobody.
No, he has shut the world down, and he is at James Bond tonight. But yeah,
I was gonna say I might have to jump in for an hour just tonight just to see, and then I'll pick it up on stream.
You gotta do it. You gotta do it, and then just restart it for a stream. I have 2 separate save files or something like that, because I don't know how the hell Mac does that. I couldn't do that.
It screwed me on the mouse PI because I did my Steam Deck video, and you get 1 save file. And I accidentally oversaved my save file where I was the first one. That's the reason why I haven't played that, because I have to get back to where I was.
Oh, that's just do my head in, that would. But yeah, but no, not really much more we could talk about on the family, because it's never going to happen. Yeah. I don't see it ever coming to fruition. But EA was the reason.
Yeah.
So if you wanted it, go and boycott the hell out of EA. Not that they're going to care, because they don't really care at all. Next little bit of news. Not a lot of us are fans of Embracer. Are we, really? As gamers, Embracer bought up all the really good studios.
Used to be, when the studios weren't owned by Embracer. And also, too, wasn't it Embracer responsible for that really crappy Saints Row that we got?
Yes, they were, but it looks like, and this is really well done by me, I have to admit, because this ties perfectly into the last topic. It's just, chef's kiss. Embracer Group obviously owns the likes of Eidos, so they own Crystal Dynamics, so they own quite a few IPs, including Lord of the Rings, which we will get into shortly. They own Legacy of Kain, the game they've just brought out, not too good, didn't fare very well. Tomb Raider, and obviously The Hobbit, and there's loads. They own Deus Ex, which obviously Aero Nation still hasn't got around to playing. And they own Warhorse Studios. There's too many to mention, if I was to be perfectly honest. Way too many. And they are now deciding that they are going to double down on their old IPs. So they are gonna go back after a massive restructuring of the company and go back to some old IPs. So is it something that, since I dropped the news towards you, that you're excited about, with the likes of Tomb Raider, Legacy of Kain, Deus Ex?
Yeah.
Is it something that intrigues you enough that you might give them a chance now that they've had a bit of a reshuffle?
Yeah, and honestly, for me, like my biggest thing with Embracer, for me personally, is going to be: is the Saints Row gameplay like Saints Row the Third, or does it play like the last one? If it plays like the last one, which after I finally gave it a chance, it's not terrible. It's not great by any means, but it's not terrible. It's just the story, but the gameplay's there. But if they do, as long as they do something attuned to 2 or the third, good in my book.
Yeah, I saw this article because I was going to do a video on it. I may still do a video on it. It's the whole Legacy of Kain for me, and bringing back some old IDOS titles, and obviously Deus Ex, because we lost out on the third in the series of the newer Deus Ex games, which is the ones that me and Red Wolf are nagging you to play. Yep. I think it's probably the best thing they could do. I think this is what Ubisoft needs to do. They need to take a leaf out of Embracer's book and go, oh, hang on a minute. Let's go back to our old IPs. We may be getting that with Ubisoft with Assassin's Creed, Black Flag, Resynced, because I am kind of I'm twitching on that one. I don't know.
I am too.
I'm intrigued. As I said to Red Wolf, I'm a purist on his video. They've taken a modern day out. It stings. Yeah, it really does sting.
For me, the only way that makes sense and is actually a good thing is if they're actually, since, if this goes well, obviously, what's the next thing they're going to do? Revisit the Ezio trilogy.
Yep.
Well, what was the biggest issue with the Ezio trilogy? What if they just couldn't get a story? What if they couldn't get a story in place to replace the modern times in Black Flag, but they removed it entirely so they can set up to fix the Ezio trilogy?
Oh yes,
so that they can keep it going.
Yeah, and from 78 Inc.
Give me a hell yeah! What?
That comment, my friend. That comment in chat. Deus Ex 3 needs to be done. Yes, I completely agree with you there, my friend. They need to do it. Oh, they missed a trick with that. And the annoying part is it was one of them games that was actually supposedly in development, and I can't remember his name. I think it's Alexis. I can't even pronounce his last name. Who voiced Adam Jensen, was so gutted because he'd actually started working on it and then lost the work. So yeah, they need to do it. Bring it back. But yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing what Embracer do with this, because this could be a massive turning point. Because obviously we'll get into Lord of the Rings in a minute, because then I can wake Apollo up in the chat, because he's been awfully quiet since we started. We've been going at this for an hour and 25 minutes so far. But no, I can't wait to see what they do with some old IPs, especially the stuff I grew up on. Elias Tefexis, there you go. Thank you, Sony.
And
you have no idea, when I did my Deus Ex video, how many retakes I had to do to get his name right when I was doing the video. I don't even want to.
I'm wondering if Embracer is trying to set themselves up to take the place of Ubisoft or EA, not EA specifically, but like companies like that, because we're at the point now where we need new companies to rise up. We need these old heads to come down from their ivory towers and new people rise up.
I think they are playing on the whole old school gamer. Let's bring back the IPs that people want. They're nagging and nagging and nagging and nagging. We want this. We want that. Obviously, Tomb Raider, we're getting 2 games, but that's still up in the air on whether or not we're going to be getting them when they're supposedly supposed to be released. We'll find out at the Summer Showcase, I think, for Fate of Atlantis.
Yep.
I think it's one of them. Deus Ex, Legacy of Kain. They've got so many. They are in the same boat as Ubisoft. They own so many decent IPs that they have got this plethora of games
But
that they can pick from, but they've just the
they've
old management.
shoehorned.
Yeah, the old management sat on them. They were like, no, we purchased them all up. We do not want them. We're not making what the fans want. And then this whole reshuffle, and they are now thinking of doing it. So hats off to them. I can't wait to see what they do. Give me a sequel to Legacy of Kain Defiance. That's all I want. Give me a proper third person, not this 2D crappy side-scrolling stuff that they just put out. They need to do it. It's the same with... That's what Ashes Armour needs to do with Xbox, is go back to the likes of the old Sierra games. Put a Sierra section in PC Game Pass with all the old point and clicks on, like Gabriel Knight, and some proper old school games, and then see how they fare in that service, and then do a sequel.
Yeah,
that's what they could use Game Pass for. There you go.
Well,
if you do watch this, use Game Pass as your litmus test. Drop a prototype game in Game Pass and see what the play rate is for a prototype game, and go, ooh, that works.
Well, and that's what they used to do back in the day, like before all these subscription services. That's how they sold games.
Yeah.
They would take an old IP that had been dormant for 5-10 years, throw a new code, or they would do a quote-unquote remaster, which would just be upscaled from like 240p to 480p or something like that, and then it would just go from there. And then it'd be like, okay, well, we did the remake, or we did the remaster. How did it do? It did good. All right, green light a sequel.
Yep. As Funky Playbox is just in the chat, I'm currently replaying a version of a game I played on the Wii U, Darksiders 2. That game was mint. I 1000G'd that on Xbox. I went through that almost infinite bloody battle royale thing at the end. That was a hell of a time. Awesome game. But yeah, they definitely need to revisit some of these old IPs, because the industry's stale. I know we want new and fresh and exciting things, like obviously we've just had 007 just come out today, but we still have that nostalgia for the old IPs. I was sat there watching a documentary the other night on YouTube, because obviously all I do is watch YouTube and then do YouTube videos about archaeology, because I'm into my history. That's why I like Assassin's Creed. And I just looked into like Gabriel Knight and things like that, like games from my past. And you know what? The studios are shut. The people that made like remakes, they're closed. They don't make them anymore. It's really annoying. I want Lego Halo. Seth,
I was already getting ready to respond to Seth. It probably won't happen, because in the actual toy world, Halo decided to go with Mega Bloks.
Yeah.
Don't know why, but
they could just drop Halo in Minecraft.
Yeah.
They own both IPs. It'd be a great reset. It'll probably sell better than Infinite did. But I won't go into that. But yeah, Embracer, bringing back some old IPs. Who knows? We'll have to wait and see what happens on this one. But I'm excited to see where they go with it. But that ties in to the final topic of the night, and that is Lord of the Rings RPG. And it's not being made by Crystal Dynamics. It is being made by Warhorse Studios. Yes, the developer behind Kingdom Come Deliverance. And I am keep glancing over to my chat, and I'm just waiting for Apollo to make a comment. I really am waiting. I personally think, and this is where Apollo knows, Aero's warned him, I think they are going to make an absolutely epic Lord of the Rings RPG. I think they will knock it out of the park. Hear me out, Aero. I know you're not.
I'm going to hear you out. I'm going to hear you out.
Yeah. You're on the opposite side of the fence. Just remember, I can mute you. I personally think they'll tone down the swordplay for Lord of the Rings. I don't think they're going to have the same as Kingdom Come Deliverance. I think they will wind that in. But their world building is absolutely insane. I can see them going all in on the world building. Yes, I know you are not a big fan of Warhorse in what, combat or world?
Yeah, it's just the combat mainly.
I think they'll tone it down. And the thing is, if you How much time have you put into Kingdom Come Deliverance? Without
Not enough.
smashing the pad?
Like 3 hours, I think, is what I put into it. But I also know it's one of those games where it wants you to put 8+ hours in.
Yeah. I've bought Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, and I haven't started Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 because I know it's got to be a game that you start where you've got nothing else to play and you can invest serious time in, because I had to do it with the first one. The first one was like, it looked good, you watch the trailers, and then you get the game in your hands, you're like, how do you do that? And it's one of these games that you have to play. If you use your sword a lot, you will gain skill points for your sword. It's all based on how much you use it. It's one of them. You need to invest time. I don't think they're going to go all in like Kingdom Come with Lord of the Rings. I can see chats going like a little bit crazy now. Apollo's gone quiet though. I think he's fell asleep.
He might have.
Yeah, he probably has. I'm sure he fell asleep when we were in a Discord one that time. I'm sure he went quiet, although I think he just has power naps out of the blue. I think they will absolutely nail the world building. I can understand your worry about the combat, but for them to do a Lord of the Rings RPG, they've got to cater for both sides of the fence.
That's where I have the main issue.
Yeah. Because Kingdom Come Deliverance is very much a niche RPG. It's, if you like your deep, really deep RPGs, you will absolutely love Kingdom Come Deliverance. But if you want something that's more akin to, say, Mass Effect, or I can't think of anything else really.
Shadows of War?
Yeah. You're not going to like it. You're going to want that little bit RPG light aspect. And I can see them having to kind of go down that road of catering, because it's an IP they don't own. Well, in a sense, because obviously they embrace it only right. Did they own the rights, or they just bought the?
I'm pretty sure they bought the.
They bought the rights.
To use them.
Yeah. So, for me, they've got to play safe, but also innovate. I don't know. I can understand your concern, but from what I've seen in Kingdom Come Deliverance, I think the world side and the lore, I think they will nail that completely.
Yeah.
Combat, yeah, now that you've come to mention it, I think it is a case of they might have to wind it in a bit.
Yeah.
Go a bit more, say, what? Outer Worlds without the guns. If you think about that kind of level of RPG vibe, is that what you would go for more? If that's what, yeah.
That's what I would go more. That, and well, I'll let you finish your thoughts.
Yeah, I've just looked over to the chat because they're pushing polygons. Is because I'm catching up at ×2 because the wife stopped me to talk. I need a quick work meeting. Yeah, it's the thing. But a lot of the viewers are over the other side of the pond, and I'm doing this like work time / dinner time for a lot of you guys. But for me, it's like 10:30 in the evening. So I gotta love it. I love it. Yeah, it is what it is. There's not a lot I can do. Obviously, when Red Wolf comes back, it's gonna be can't go too far. Kind of got to push it a little bit. But no, I'm looking forward to seeing what they do with it. I really am intrigued to see what they do. Whether they're building it in the same engine, though, that is the bit I'm worried about. If I was to say I was worried about anything, it's the engine they use for Kingdom Come Deliverance. It's showing its age. It still looks pretty, but it's very clunky. It's not, there's no... I know you're playing as a knight in the game, but you feel heavy. It's, I don't know, it's a really weird... Unless you've played the game, you really don't understand when you've played other first-person adventure games.
It doesn't compare. It's not a direct one-to-one comparison between the two, but that's how they intended it to be.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. It really is going to be interesting. Whether or not we're going to see anything about or a trailer or anything from them at any point. Because according to the news I've got on top of this, and unfortunately it is through IGN, and that's not the best place to go for your gaming news. Come here instead. They're not only building this Lord of the Rings RPG, UE578. Now that changes things. They're going to use UE5 for the Lord of the Rings RPG. What do you think of that, Aaron?
I mean, that's, for me, I mean, I think that's a move in the right direction, especially as someone that wants, like, I respect Warhorse. Like, I don't hate the studio, but I respect the studio for the types of games they make. It's just, as someone that has played a little bit of Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, but someone that's also a little bit of a Lord of the Rings fan, it's just hard for me to see how do you cater to the diehard Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 crowd that solely wants that realism, and how do you not piss off the Lord of the Rings fans that want magic, fantasy, great story that works right into Tolkien's lore. How do you do both?
Well, I think the way that they're going to get around it is the other bit of news that's in the article over on IGN, because they're not only developing this, they are also developing Kingdom Come Deliverance 3 at the same time.
They actually said it's Kingdom Come Deliverance 3. I just saw it was another Kingdom Come adventure, which to me, smaller scope, spin-off title to fill in.
No, it will be 3. It will. I don't think they'll spin it off. It's supposedly going to be a continuation of Henry's story. Obviously, I don't know what the hell's gone on in 2 because I've not started it yet. Well, that's one way of scratching the itch on both sides of the camp. You can go, right, here we go. Here's an RPG for Lord of the Rings fans, and here's your in-depth, detailed, living world Kingdom Come Deliverance 3. There you go. Have fun. So I think that's probably the way they're doing it, is kind of meet in the middle, give them 2 games and see which one wins.
Well, the thing is, though, is from what I'm understanding, that Kingdom Come Deliverance 3 is what slated for. People are saying what, late 2027, early 2028.
Yep.
That's an insane turnaround time.
Yeah, but you got to think they can, because the game is based purely in medieval Bohemia. They just reuse the assets. Yeah, because what is it?
That's the only thing I could think of.
Is it Cry Engine they use for that game? 2027, 2028, 78, and kids saying in chat. Yeah, I'm sure it's Cry Engine they use for Kingdom Come Deliverance. And I'm not being horrible, that engine's been going for a very, very long time. And it still looks good. It does look good. I'm not going to say that Kingdom Come Deliverance doesn't look good at all, because
it looks
we're
good.
spoiled. We are spoiled with UE5, and yes, I have seen your comment there, Grandpa Barbecue. Any thoughts on the new UE updates coming in the future? What, UE6? Because they have literally just come out and said, "Oh, we messed up UE5. It's all buggy and glitchy and everything." It's not. It's not your engine. It's your developers are crap at using it.
Yep, I think I posted on it about Twitter the other day. I'm like, y'all, okay, people are losing their minds. Like, oh, Unreal Engine 5 is a failure. No, what I think they're doing is they got tired of trying to explain how to use UE5. These developers didn't want to listen, wanted to jump on the bandwagon of UE5 sucks.
Yep.
So what's the best thing to do? Repackage it, rebrand it, ship it.
Yep.
Call it UE6.
You only have to look at Subnautica 2. That's in preview, and it will be in preview for 3 years, and that runs as smooth as a baby's backside. Not a stutter at all. Routine, I reviewed. Runs smooth as butter. Indie studio. You give UE5 to a AAA developer, and they somehow managed to completely cock it up. I don't know what it is about UE5 and your bigger titles, but they just can't do it. But the independent developers seem to know their way around that engine.
I think it's a mix between publishers pushing deadlines and devs going, we can't do this. And then publishers are like, put it out after we release it.
Yeah.
And
Grandpa
so they're
Barbecue's
screwing
just
themselves.
mentioned there, they're moving off a single thread to multiple threads to make it easier for devs. Well, why don't they just call it UE 5 point whatever it is that they're already up to? Why call it? Why rebrand it to 6? I don't understand that.
I just think I think the main reason is too much bad publicity around UE5. They've tried numerous times to give people the facts. Didn't want to listen, so here's what they're just gonna say, all right, UE5 is dead, UE6.
Yeah.
But it's just a repackaged UE5.
Funky Playbox is also saying in chat, Arc Raiders is on UE5, and I heard they disabled some settings to make it run smoothly. I'm not being hot. I've played, I think out of 5 titles I've played at UE5, only 3 out of them, that 5 have actually run perfect. It's hit and miss with UE5. It's really, really weird. I don't know what's going on.
I think that's another reason why, like, journalists and stuff were like trying to ram that point home. And again, just they're like, all right, you know what, UE6, that's what we're doing. Oh, y'all don't like UE5? All right, Rocket League, it's coming to UE6. Which Rocket League needed an engine update a decade ago because UE3 was already on life support.
Yeah. Pushing Polygons is saying in chat as well, it's absolutely necessary to Grandpa Barbecue Game Cart. He's replying to him saying it's absolutely necessary that they move the engine to multi-threading. Yeah. But
Yeah,
the whole rebranding to UE6, I think it's just a disjointed message to the developers. I think it's like, oh yeah, we gave up on UE5, we made all these tech demos and they all look pretty, and yeah, we cocked it up, and yeah, I just think it's stupid. But if that's the thing that is going to make games look better, hey ho. But that was a complete spin-off to Kingdom Come Deliverance and Lord of the Rings. But I don't know. When it comes back to the Lord of the Rings thing, I think give them a chance. Let's see what they do.
Yeah.
I really do.
I'm optimistic, but like I said, at the same time, like especially Apollyon Crow, massive lore guy for Lord of the Rings.
An absolute chicken when it comes to getting in the chat with me.
He is not happy about it, but I'm also trying to explain to him, like, well, you know, it's not so much I don't believe that they can do it, it's just more of so the fan base that they've culminated has come to expect a very specific thing, but then you brought it up, the whole thing with 3 coming out soon. It's like, well, if they line it up to where the 2 release in the same 14-month window, I could see that working. But if this Lord of the Rings game is 2030, 2031 or beyond, I don't know.
Yeah, it's an interesting one, but I'm looking forward to it because obviously, as we were saying before we started the show, I am a massive Kingdom Come. I like Warhorse. I like what they do. I think they build some really good RPGs. Yes, they're not working on the best engine in the world. CryEngine is showing its age, especially in the mechanics side. Graphically, they're pushing it. But mechanics-wise, it's a bit, it's very much 2000s. You can tell, you can see Far Cry, the original Far. You can see the original Far Cry in these games. It's insane. Pushing polygons, while UE 5.8 actually has a lot of optimizations. It does, but the problem that I've now noticed with UE5 is it's not the engine. And I even said it in my Subnautica video. I've retracted my statement. It is no longer the engine issue. It is a developer issue. They're farming, because UE5 is so easy to use. They are farming the games out. They're looking at these indie developers that are making these little independent games on UE5 with the same assets that somebody 5 games ago used. And how quick they got it out. They're trying to do that with big titles, and it doesn't work. These little independent guys are working. They don't realize these guys are working with each other. So you see these horror games that are coming out. I watch a lot of people on YouTube that stream these independent horror games, and you can tell that guy helped that guy make that asset.
Yep. It's like an invisible barrier between AAA and the indie scene. It's like the indie scene, they're doing all these things to reinvigorate the games industry. Meanwhile, AAA's like, What are we putting out this week, guys?
Yep. I think it's one of these that they don't realise that the little independents help each other, but AAA kind of shut themselves away. We're not working with you. We don't want your help.
Everything has behind closed, locked doors that you have to have 15 different permits just to be in the room.
It's a bit disappointing, but no, I've got no gripe with the UE engine. Go and play Subnautica. You'll understand why I have no gripe with UE5. That thing is absolutely amazing. I can't fault it.
It all comes down to optimizations.
Yeah.
And it's not on the engine side to optimize your broken optimizations.
We have lazy developers with pink hair riding around on scooters and all that stuff. Instead of working hard, they're playing hard.
Yeah.
It's a shame because we could have had some really decent games with UE5. But Grandpa Barbecue, you managed to throw us completely off topic. Brilliant. But it all stems in because it's a case of they're going to be using UE5 potentially for the Lord of the Rings RPG and the next Kingdom Come Deliverance. But yeah, we're going to have to wait and see. I'm a little bit gutted that Apollo didn't start in the chat.
Yeah, I know. I was expecting him to go all in on you.
Yeah.
I'll have to call him out for it.
What a chicken. I'm going to have to wait until you guys... I'm going to sneak into a Discord voice chat when you guys are in there. I'm going to sneak in. I'm just going to go,
I'll try to get him in to the Discord tomorrow, and then you can just kind of under the radar get in there.
Yeah, I'll make a comment. I'll just come in and go, Warhorse. Oh, Grandpa Barbecue, I'm the derailer. That's what I love about this channel, this show.
Especially Polygon found out or caught up.
Yeah, you finally caught up. Yeah. This is what I love about Gaming News Live. This is why I started the show and obviously then asked Aero to join me as a co-host. It's a sheer fact of this whole show is actually not run by us. I will literally throw 5 or 6 topics to Aero Nation like 2 days prior. You are the guys that run this show. If you have got a piece of news that has dropped while we are live and you want us to talk about it, throw it to us. Throw it to us in the chat. I will find an article so that I can quickly read up about it, and we'll have a chat about it. It's your news that if you want news, come here, give us what you want, and we'll talk about it. There you go. That's all we'll do.
And I'll try to going forward. I'll try to keep my I'll try to keep a tab of X up, so if people want to send messages in during the show or whatever, y'all can reach out, either me or Ion, and we'll try to get to those during the show.
Yeah, no, because obviously we're not at the stage. I'm not at the stage on the channel where I can get the lovely super chats. So anyone that watches after the fact, or if you are watching and you are not participating in the chat, which feel free to do so. We're all happy-go-lucky people here. Hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, because that helps the channel grow. Obviously, the more subscribers I get, obviously, go over and check out Aero Nation. I just covered my complete face with my hand. Check him out as well, because he has his Monday sesh doing some gaming news as well. And then we kind of combine forces on Podcast Tuesdays here on Gaming News Live. But yeah, what a show we have had this week. An hour and 50 minutes.
I think this is our longest show.
It is. It's the longest one I've ever done, and my eyes are telling me it is. Been a long day.
My backside's telling me.
It's about 30. Well, the last time I checked, it was like 24, 25 degrees. And the UK gets that lovely, humid heat. It's not fun. And I've been working in that all day, sweeping yards and all that lovely stuff. So yeah, it's been fun. Yeah, hell of a show. Got some interesting news. I'm just gutted that dear old Apollo just did not show up.
Yeah,
he started off strong. He was quick out of the gate, but obviously he suffers with a little bit of premature. I won't go into the word. But, he's obviously fell asleep with something in his hand. But yeah, we've had a good show tonight. Obviously, I've given my impressions on 007. So keep and funky playbox. I'm a bit sunburnt. I'm a November baby, mate. I don't do sunshine. I do cold weather. But yeah, I've given my impressions on 007. keep an eye out for a review in the very near future on the channel. It will be done. I'm not messing. It's not going to be done here on Gaming News Live. It will be done. I will get to a video. I've got this PC. I don't have to record footage on my Xbox anymore. I can record it straight onto the PC. So I've got no excuse. We obviously had a good old chat about Forza, Xbox's news with new management and the family plan being axed by EA. Well, helping hand in it. Embracer going down the road of looking at old IPs. Fair dues done. Please do give us as many as you can. And then we obviously finished off the show with Warhorse being the official developer of the new Lord of the Rings RPG that we will see. Well,
yep.
Sometime.
Eventually.
Yeah, whenever they decide to show us something. But something to look. It's all about the games. Always is about games. I don't care who's developing them, as long as they are good. But yeah, what else have you got coming to your channel, Nation?
So tomorrow, obviously, I'll be starting 007 First Light. So that'll be starting around 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time tomorrow. At some point in the coming weeks, I will be doing some type of review of Forza after having over 100 hours in it.
You need a life, my friend. Or more games to play. One of the two. Oh, well, fair dues. You got a lot on your plate this week, then. And that's not including the odd stream, because I noticed here you're doing... Have you done Batman? Are you doing Batman?
Yeah, I started Batman, but if this game is as good as you're saying it is, that Batman and Saros, which I am playing both of those on the channel, people. I have not forgotten about them, especially Saros, because I actually am enjoying Saros. But if this game's good, this is what you're going to be seeing for the week.
Oh, yes. Oh, Funky Playbox. Does your wife remember what you look like?
Yeah.
Yeah, my missus knows, because I took her into bed in the other room before I even start my show. I go, night, sweetheart. See you tomorrow.
My wife gets home right before we start. So I'm like, hey, honey, good to see you. Bye, honey.
Oh, and 78, and shout out to everyone in here. Keep your heads up. Stay strong. I love you all. And yes, thank you, 78. Thank you for that message you sent me on Twitter or X or whatever you want to bloody call it. Yes, everything is fine. I'll thank you for the check-in. But yeah, everything's okay. Few ups and downs. Obviously, people in the know will know what's going on in the background with me. Obviously, don't want to bore all of you with it, because some of it you don't need to know about. But yeah, good show this week.
Yeah,
really
great
good
show.
I hope that everyone hit that like button on the way out. Hit that subscribe button if you're new to the channel. It costs you absolutely nothing. Go over and sub to this lovely gentleman this side of me. His link is in the description below. And yeah, I'm going to go back and carry on with a 007 First Light. So on that note, weather the storm, boys and girls. Hit us up in the comment section below with anything you want to ask. Obviously, we're out and about on YouTube, so come and check us out at Weather the Storm. We'll see you all next Tuesday for another episode of Gaming News Live. Peace out, people.
Have a good one.